I feel like it's time to start the comedy show. What do you guys think? Is it time? All right, that was like a Motel 6 jacuzzi. That was lukewarm at best. I think you can do better. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday night. There is nothing else going on. If you're excited to have a good time tonight with some comedy, make some noise. I knew you had it in you. I don't know why we have to play this cat and mouse game every week, but we'll do it. I'll do it for you. I like the energy. Welcome to the Comedy Simulator, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is Chino. I'll be your host tonight. Whose first time is it here at the Comedy Simulator? First timers, where are you at? Couple, 1, 2, all right. And I see a baby raising their hand. That's a little hand to be raised. That's good. That's the first comedy show, I'm assuming. Unless you took them to Kill Tony, they're already famous at that point. Welcome to the Comedy Simulator. We call it the Comedy Simulator because it's not an actual comedy show. It is a simulated comedy experience. What does that mean? We are not real comedians. You are not a real audience. What does that mean? Nobody's charging you money, so lower your expectations. That's what all that means. We do themes every week to keep every comedian on their toes. But this week we're changing it up a little bit. We're not doing a theme like how we do crowd work or heckling or topics from a bucket. No, tonight we happen to have a lot of our Power Up Comedy alumni here. We are Power Up Comedy. This is the group of comedians that has been holding down the local comedy scene for, I don't know, better part of 15 years. Give it up for Power Up Comedy. Right? Many a comedian has gotten their start here with Power Up Comedy. Many of our local comedians' first shows were with us here at Power Up Comedy. Some people who have outgrown us. We constantly reuse their names in advertising because that's how you sell tickets. People like Callahan Welsh. People like Willie Simon. They're in the audience tonight. They're going to be telling jokes to you. These are LA comics, friends. These are people that we can no longer hold bars over. They are LA comics as much as they are Maui comics. But you're in for a good night. You're going to see some of the people who built this little Maui comedy scene we got going on. And we'll mix in some of the open mic sets in the middle too, just to make sure everybody gets a turn on the mic. I believe I still have a couple spots open. If you want to do open mic comedy tonight, now's your chance. If you see enough sets that make you think you can do it. A, comedians get better. B, go on ahead. There's the list. We've seen what it looks like when people succeed. We've seen what it looks like when people fail. Both of them are very funny. That's all I can say. We have a couple of things to add to the game show. Audience member of the night, you win a free bottle of High Spice hot sauce. That's right. That's right. Give it up for yourselves. This could be you. Whoever the best audience member or members table is tonight, you get a free bottle of High Spice hot sauce. It says handcrafted in the bottle. I made it. It's handcrafted by my hands. And if you want my hands inside of you, this is the only way to get it. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. High Spice hot sauce, pineapple hot sauce right here for the best audience member. You have to stay to the end of the night. That's the caveat. Also, if somebody is so bad that the entire room agrees that they're terrible, this is the bomb hat. It's like the dunce cap they used to make you wear in the 70s if you were stupid in school. This is the equivalent in comedy. You walk around looking like a bomb because you bombed. Now, if somebody's wearing this tonight, don't treat them like a fool. Buy them a beer. Follow them on Instagram. Be a part of their return to comedy, not why they failed at it. All right. Also, comedian tonight. Oh, it's legacy night. I don't know if we'll do comedian tonight but we will be walking around with a tip bucket at some point that will go to the talent, the legacy talent that we're going to have tonight. You guys ready to start the night? All right. I'm going to open it with a set, and then I'm going to pass it off to a couple of the micers, and then we'll get legacy night going as well as some of the micers. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Begin simulation. All right, so I live a very confusing life, partially because of my name, partially because of my life's attributes. You don't understand, my name is Chino, which is a Spanish word that means Chinese, and I'm neither. It's a very confusing life, I know. Also, I found out at a young age that I was born without a gag reflex. And I'm a straight guy. What a waste, right? You think if I wasn't straight that I would be doing this to make money? Like, I would be in Happy Valley making the real money. No, I'm here with you. tonight. This is how we do it. But I found out in a very strange way. I was 5 years old. All right, relax, don't pull back. This isn't a Boy Scout story, you can relax. It's a good story. It's at a barbecue. It was me and a bunch of other kids. In the 90s, we had the big stick popsicles, remember those? The ones that they've made illegal because kids would like choke on them and pass out, and they'd be like, what happened? It melted. It's a mystery, I don't know. These giant lightsaber popsicles. Well, me and a group of kids were eating them, and one of the kids was like, hey, let's see who can fit the most popsicle in their mouth. Now, my dad was my Little League coach, so I immediately wanted to win, all right? Anybody else here have a coach dad growing up? You get it. Coach dads want you to win. They teach you to win at all costs. So when somebody says, who can fit the most popsicle in the mouth, I internally go, me, I can, I'm him. So here we are, a group of 5-year-olds with big stick popsicles. The first kid tries, barely gets to the first ring of color, and I'm like, dude, he's out. Get him out of here. The second kid tries hard, coughs, gags, and I knew I was going to win immediately because I was holding the popsicle with 2 hands. Winner's position, you know what I mean? I took that thing all the way down to the joke on the stick. I was talented at that age. Where was Epstein when I was a kid, right? I mean, there's a couple kids in the audience that probably should have chosen better taste. But it's okay, I'll leave that for the future comics of tonight's building. And immediately after, it was unanimous. I had won. All the kids looked at me, one of them was like, whoa, that was amazing. And I'm like, thanks. I'm like, I'm a winner, right? He's like, dude, you should go show your dad. And I'm like, totally, he would be stoked. He would love to see what a winner. And here's the thing. My dad was like a 90s dad, you know what I mean? Like one of the last dads that could still be worried if you were gay. Because you can't do that anymore. You can't be worried. You just got to be like, nah, it's cool. You have to be. But back then, it's like, oh, it was like a worry for some. My dad was one of those people. And he's like, hey, son, what's up? And I was like, hey, Dad, check this out. Oh, he's like, oh, shit. No, son, come over here. What the fuck was that? Don't do that. Don't do that at my work barbecue. I got to work with these assholes, you know what I mean? I was a talented kid. My dad was, I get it. I threw him a couple of red flags. I gave him a couple of reasons to be concerned if that was a worry. You know, there was the lack of gag reflex. I remember my dad saw my size and he was like, son, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? When you want to hit? You want to throw things? You want to hit people? What do you want to do? You want to wrestle? I was like, I want to sing. He's like, no, you're not a theater kid. What am I going to do with a 6'4" theater kid? That means nothing to me. And he's right, because a straight guy with no gag reflex, I really am truly a waste of talent in my time. It really is. I could have been something. I did musical theater for a while. Anybody else? Any musical theater people here? There's always one. Hey, we did theater together. There's always a couple of us, right? It's mostly in high school. It was weird. It was weird, right? Because I was a jock that went into theater thinking that I could meet the theater girls. But I was wrong, because the theater girls didn't want the jocks. They wanted the theater boys, which was unfortunate for them, because the theater boys wanted the jocks, if you know what I'm trying to say. It was unfortunately a cruel joke by God, right? And it's God's joke on me, because girls that age did not like back hair, so I wasn't getting anything. I've had back hair since I was born. I have baby photos with back hair. No head hair, back hair, full back of hair. Beautiful baby with back hair, that's me, yeah. And that's the thing, is that like, I've lived in Hawaii most of my life. Back hair is never gonna be the in thing for summer. It's never been cool to rock back hair at Big Beach, you know what I mean? You're never gonna pop up in a GQ magazine like, top 10 beach bodies. Back hair, the new abs. Like, no, that's not happening. Check out this grizzly bear swimming upstream. It must be salmon season. It's never been salmon season. Where's that list at? There's a little, oh, there it is. You guys ready to get the comedians flowing? You guys ready to get this going? Who's first on that list? Okay, who's number 2? Miss Reed, you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, one of our comedians that got his start with the Comedy Simulator. Give it up for Mr. E.
Thank you, thank you. Keep going for Chino, everyone. That was a good set. I was cracking up. And also, let's give it up to Pioneer Bay Coffee Bar and everybody keeping it going here, helping us go on this Monday night. Once again, I'm Mr. E. And wow, you know, I wish I didn't relate so well about all the red flags I threw my dad as a kid, you know. I was unfortunate enough to have a dad and a stepdad, so I had all the questions in meetings. I guess I'm exaggerating. I guess my red flags were not that my real dad, he just didn't even want to do it. He was like, he just let her stepdad ask the questions. He can figure it out, but my real dad was a minister, so it's even more of a quandary. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But yeah, you know, being the redheaded stepchild and the bastard son of a minister, it's got a lot of questions. But I'm actually kind of grateful not having to get raised by that, like, Southern Baptist, Pentecostal minister. Definitely saved me the trouble of removing a lot of ignorance. I'm really grateful for all those ignorant lessons that I was able to dodge. Phew. I don't think I'd get along so well in Hawaii if I had been stuck with that. But, man, talking about getting along in Hawaii, I've been here a little over a year now. And I really didn't know the difference between, like, being welcomed and being appreciated and people that weren't. I'm good at meeting people, I guess, so I was grateful for that. But, wow, I had this friend this weekend. Well, my friend's friend was here from New Jersey. And I tried to help him out, you know. My friend's a really cool guy, so I'm like showing him around. I was like, turn around for 5 minutes and we got to get the guy a block of ice. I was like, I didn't even know. But I was thinking about it, you know, I was questioning it. I was like, I think I figured it out. I don't think most people are going to like to hear this, but being the bastard son of a minister and the redhead stepchild made it a lot easier for me to remove entitlement. This plague on Americans especially. I didn't have that much, so I didn't have enough to remove, but I'm noticing how debilitating entitlement is. The one thing that looks ugly on anyone is entitlement. You tell me one person, you're like, oh man, that entitlement, let me get up into that. No. I know it's real hard to get rid of your entitlement, but it's real. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I got entitlement. Like, I've protected the gateway of the Rainbow Revolution for over a gateway, so once in a while I feel entitled to the original family recipe instead of that garbage they serve these new kids, you know? Yeah, you know, but you know, it's not entitlement, it's work that you put in. I think there's real differences between just like inheriting a silver spoon and going and having to find silver and learn how to smith, you know? But apparently I'm just not very funny tonight. I didn't think people were really gonna, I didn't think people were gonna like hearing about being entitled, but it's more of a public service message. I mean, if more people knew how entitled they really were, I think they might actually cry a second and do different things. I mean, can I ask a question? How many of you have ever seen a child pick through trash for food or anything? Anyone? One. See that? Two, three. See, that's why you don't get it. You still have to have that entitlement stripped. I know, it's sad. It makes me sad for America, but I gotta tell you, until we figure out how entitled America really is, we're only burning more. So, I'm going to give it back to you. Once again, I'm Mystery. Have a great night, everyone.
Give it over Mystery, ladies and gentlemen. Have I seen a child digging through the trash? In the reflection of a bottle, that child was me, sir. To be fair, that was a pretty dope trash can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come up next to the stage. One of the alumni of Power Up Comedy. I mean, you've been with us, what, 10 years at this point? Ladies and gentlemen, a fixture of Power Up Comedy. Keep it going for Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, thank you, Chino. Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing. So I started doing comedy at Threes in Kihei, and it was just when it started. It went from Stella Blues to Threes, and the reason I didn't go to Stella Blues is because it was too far from my house.
Sorry.
Right, but like Threes is about a half a mile from my house, which means Stella Blues was like 2.5 miles from my house. But at the time, it wasn't worth it for me to drive that far to do comedy. But here I am 10 years later plus, and I'm like, you know what, I'll drive to Playa, it's worth it. You know, you guys are worth it, I appreciate you. It's changed a lot though, it's changed a lot. I mean, I used to really want to get booked, I want to like make it as a comedian, but like, that's never gonna happen, right? Like, and I don't know, you guys remember like in the 90s, Bill Gates, they would say Bill Gates was so rich that like, if he stopped to pick up a $100 bill, he would lose money. Like, that's how I feel about doing comedy shows. If I was to get booked and go do a comedy show, I would lose money. Just like coming to open mics, it's the same thing. It's gonna cost me like 3 beers, some fish and chips, whatever. I'm debating if I should buy the second portion of fish and chips today. I already had one for lunch. I'm on a strict diet of like strictly fast food and other fried goods. Yeah. I see a lot of friends in the crowd tonight. You know, everybody, I don't come out very often, so some people change so much. But also, you know, I'm terrible with faces and names, right? But I'll never forget an ass. Like, hey, I know that guy. No, you know what it is? I just need like 2-factor authentication, right? I need 2-factor. Like if I know you from work and I see you outside of work, like if you're not wearing your work clothes, I'm not gonna recognize you. It happened to me recently. I saw a friend of mine from high school at work, right? And he had to bring me aside and say, hey, you and I went to school together. You know, because I didn't recognize him. But had you put me and him in Mr. Shishino's weight room at Baldwin High School, I would have recognized him immediately. Would have recognized him right off the bat. And the funny thing is he's now a teacher at the high school, and I guess they pay teachers so well, they gotta work side gig construction in the summer. So he's like, what do you do? I'm like, full-time fucking construction, dude, what do you do? He's like, part-time construction, full-time teacher. I'm like, He's like, how do you afford your Cybertruck? I'm like, I don't work as a teacher. No, I grew up, my mom was a teacher, so I was like, man, this shit sucks. Man, there's no money, like barely money for rent, like barely. Well, man, we had a good landlord. She let my mom split the rent between 2 checks. Just because, I don't know, whatever. I guess that's how teachers get paid, like in peanuts. So, I don't know. Are we doing comedy tonight? There are some comedians in the crowd tonight. It's been so long since I've done a set. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I just come up here and talk shit. There's a lot of kids in the crowd. You know, I got some kids. I got free range kids. You guys all about the free range? Do you believe in free range stuff? Like a little bit free range? Yeah. So like I also extend the free range parenting to like in my vehicle, right? Like I don't strap my kid in. Don't be alarmed. I drive one of the safest vehicles in the world. But if you see me just zipping around, it's because my kid, he's got bad balance, so I gotta constantly accelerate for him to stay standing in the car, in the back of the truck. So don't be alarmed. I'm only speeding because my child is out of his car seat. I gotta get home quick before the cops get me. All right, I'm Coy. Have a good night.
Keep it over for Cool Hand Luke, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna speed out of here in his Cybertruck and it won't make a sound. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, got her start with Power Up Comedy back in the Threes days, if I'm not mistaken, right? Went from being an open micer to a show feature to now producing her own shows. We just produced a show last Thursday at the Parlay, Make That Sandwich. Ladies and gentlemen, give it for Rhonda Lee Kidd!
Keep it going for Chino LaForge. My name is Rhonda Lee Kidd. I have been doing this for a while now, which is great because, we're still at open mic, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. This is where I hope to be 10 years in. Right here. With Power Rangers on, and both of you are. I'm happy to be here in Paia. Chino has such a successful mic that he runs here. I love Paia personally. Who here is a Paia person, like lives here? Full time? You guys are ashamed of it. So a lot of raised hands and a lot of people being like, shh, shut the fuck up. Don't say that we live here. No, I love Paia. And Paia, you can march to the beat of your own drum. Right? Right? Yeah. Or you can march to the beat of somebody else's drum. Paia is funny. I encounter people that are like, I don't eat meat. And they'll be like, do you have any Coke? Are these apples organic? Paia is fun. I was catcalled recently over near the intersection. So baby still got it. Yeah, I was catcalled by a homeless man. It's still a catcall, okay? Okay, it still counts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I was walking by. It was an in real time catcalling. Nobody was he obviously wasn't in a car, and I wasn't in a car. I was just walking by, and from the sidewalk, he's like, "Hey, pretty lady, whatever," and I go, "Mahalo," and keep walking as you do. Acknowledge him briefly and keep going. That's what we do. And as I start to walk away, he starts to get angrier that I'm not acknowledging his compliments. I'm not acknowledging his attention. And I'm just going to keep not acknowledging it more. And as I get farther away, he shouts out, and this is completely true, he shouts out, "So what, you're too good to fuck a homeless guy?" I was like, "Excuse me? You think I haven't fucked a homeless guy?" I'm from Eugene, Oregon, and moved to Paia, Hawaii. Sometimes it's really hard to tell, okay? Van life is a thing, you know? Anyway, who here's home? No. Anyway, what I'm saying is I'm a reformed homeless sexual. Yeah, I was homeschooled growing up. Any other homeschoolers in the crowd? No, the rest of them killed themselves. For God. I was homeschooled growing up, and some people are like, "Oh, I was homeschooled for like half of 7th grade because I kept beating up my friends." I'm like, "No, I was homeschooled from infancy to junior year in high school." This is the reaction I always get. The wide-eyed stares. Another thing is when I tell people that I was homeschooled for that long, their first thing they say is, "Wow, you were homeschooled your whole childhood? That must have been so hard. You must not have had any friends." I say, "Excuse you. I had the best friend of all growing up, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." But as with most childhood friendships, me and Jesus grew apart. You know, Once one friend starts having sexual feelings towards the other friend, you just have to nip it in the bud. Hey, I feel judgment already, okay? And if I wanted to be judged, I would still be Christian. But when I talk about the fact that as a young teenager, I had certain inappropriate feelings towards Jesus Christ, I do feel a lot of judgment. And I would like to ask anyone if they've seen a depiction of Jesus ever. Have you? Have you? You haven't. I'll describe him. Got a good picture up here. Every image of Jesus I've ever seen, baby blue eyes, chiseled jawbone. I grew up in the country. I grew up in a sea of beer bellies. I go to church. I see a statue of Jesus, the first and only six-pack I've ever seen in my whole life. He's got the deep V, the cum gutters under the turban. I don't know why. And again, I've never created an image of Jesus ever. This is what I saw at church. And I knew as a kid this was inappropriate. Hey, I get it. I knew. I was like, I'm not supposed to feel this way. And I'd be like, Jesus, we can't. So, no. And as a good Christian girl, I was like, I'm going to focus on my scripture. I'm going to focus. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm sorry, that's what Father's saying. So I'd focus on my scripture, but then I'd start to read my scripture and it said things like, Jesus wants to lead me with his rod? I read, I'm like, Jesus wants me to eat his body? And the more I read, the more Heavenly Father just started to sound like Sky Daddy. So I guess it's time for a new Messiah. Because I grew up religious, we never celebrated Christmas growing up. We were Church of God, Seventh Day. Never celebrated Christmas. And my parents told me my whole childhood, they said Santa's not real. They didn't want me believing in a magical bearded man who kept tabs on whether I was good or bad. So instead we believed in Jesus. And it was surprising to me, you know, they're like, Jesus, Santa's not real, Santa's not real. And just out of spite as a teenager, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking believe in Santa anyway. I bet he is gonna come. If you believe that Jesus wasn't a Muslim hippie, then I can believe in Santa Claus. These are my new jokes. But yeah, okay, I'll leave you with this. Even though I wasn't allowed to believe in Santa, I still had this innate need. I was like, I still don't want to end up on the naughty list. Because in my world, ending up on the naughty list means you're going to burn in hell for eternity. My name is Ronald Lee Kitts. Thank you very much.
Ronald Lee Kitts, everybody. Keep it going for her. It's funny, we have a comedian from Iraq who was hearing that Jesus material. He's like, is nobody going to throw a rock at it? What's going on here? He just blew his mind. That was crazy. All right, don't worry. You guys will see him a little bit later on tonight. Another legacy comic, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been to this mic, if you've been to any of our shows before, you know her. If you've seen comedy shows on the island, you definitely know her. We started on the same night, right? If I'm not mistaken, we started doing comedy at the same time. One of the best writers in Power Up. Ladies and gentlemen, very easy to introduce, Corky Gardner!
Hey guys, sorry I'm in my jammies and my roommate rushed me out of the house. And you know, I don't usually stay out this late. but here I am. I've been with Chino and Power Up for 15 years, so this town's taken me a lot of places, and I appreciate everybody here. Some of my older jokes were kind of more a little crazy. Let me see. My last relationship was a roller coaster because I was trying to get. By that I mean I was trying to get off the whole time. I work with homeless people. We work at a restaurant, but all of us are homeless. Hey, Mystery, if you do that one more time, I'm gonna have to come out there. Mystery, are you doing it? I have dysthymia or whatever. I can't handle loud noises. I'm gonna flip out. I'm a day trader. I've been trading my days for nights. My neighbors came. They're like, Corky, what about the neighbors? And I'm like, all right, I'll go get them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being selfish. My last boyfriend, he said we should spice things up, so I maced him. He said he wanted a little space, so I locked him in the trunk. He said he wanted to meet more people, so I put him in the hospital. You're gonna meet a lot of people there, baby. I went to Island Lock and Safe, and it was locked. Well played, Lock and Safe. Well played. Do you guys ever look where a mirror, where you think your reflection should be, and for a second you think you're a ghost? Me neither. That would be crazy. What would you do if you went to get into your car and you were already in your car? Only happened to me once. That's all it takes. I'm gonna do a new movie called Not Without My Dad Pen. Oh my gosh. You know what? That's not true, guys. Drugs don't work for me. I work for drugs. Let's get that straight. All right. I'm not baby crazy. I'm just crazy, baby. I was like at a job once where the boss completely gave up on everybody. They're like, you guys please just come in for work? We're like, not a chance, boss. Oh my gosh, I love the low expectations that bosses can have of you when there's not enough workers. It just makes my heart go pitter patter. I'm not much of a lady. Last week I shaved both of my legs with the shave guard still off. This is gonna take forever. Wait until we get to the big leagues. I got the click-clack heels. What the fuck? Alright, what we got here? They're like, Corky, did you get a crazy check? I'm like, every year. Let's see. Actually, I lost a lot of friends to drugs. I also lost a lot of drugs to friends. Which is really harsh, man. I'm really bad at suicide prevention. I'm 2 for 2. So, don't call me with your problems. I'm good at chatting with light topics. So. Let's talk about magic cards. What else? My sister, she always does these postcards with her whole family dressed up in matching outfits. She's like, oh, Merry Christmas from the whole family. I'm like, congratulations. We get it, hug. You did all the right things. You got Apple stuff. You got a husband and a great career. Maybe some of us didn't do so hot, all right? My Christmas picture is me, 2 cats, and a bomb. They're not my cats. Thank you, guys.
Give it up for Corky Garner, ladies and gentlemen. Always hilarious. All right, we're gonna take a little break from the legacy sets for a little bit. We're gonna bring back a couple more open micers. You guys ready to switch back to open mic real quick? Ladies and gentlemen, this next comic has been working through Power Up since When did you start with us, Ivan? How
3
long?
years ago.
Huh?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Been doing this for 3 years. Been doing the Comedy Simulator damn near religiously. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ivan!
Thank you so much. I am from another country. I am from Argentina, the land of the free. Healthcare. Someone asked me, hey, what about your pronouns? I said, dude, I am Argentinian. I pronounce the best I can. I don't know if you know this about Argentina, but we've been working on the cure for ADHD. We are setting a couple of concentration camps. Oh my God, it's right. There's a very famous singer in Latin America that's known to be the Tina Turner of Latin America. I don't know if you know her. Her name is Latina Turner. She's not on Spotify, but you should Google it. It's amazing. I live in Haiku, and I don't know if you know there's a saying that it's save your money for a rainy day, right? That's why in Haiku no one has savings. My landlord is he's a piece of shit. His name is Phil. I call him Landfill. He's garbage for sure. Yeah. I recently found out I have termites at home, and they've been there for a long time. They are long termites. Amazing, right? I told my landlord this piece of shit. I told my landlord, and he said, they are on the list, I cannot do anything. And he showed me, and it says termites and conditions. He was right. I told him, really serious, termites are gay. He didn't like that, because he's a piece of garbage. But I said, termites are gay, not because they eat wood. Grow up, come on. It's not because they eat wood. Termites are gay because they make you remodel the house. That's alright, it's alright. I can tell this joke because I'm half gay on my father's side. Yeah, true, really. And half termite on my mother's side. So we're cool. I recently wanted to have a talk with ChatGPT, you know, everyone's shrink. And I wanted to tell him something that happened and ask him, what do you think? What's your opinion? And I only said, what's your opinion? And he went 110101011, and I'm like, sorry, I don't understand that. I'm non-binary. I had an idea for a joke, and I was driving, right? And I said, Siri, take note of this, right? And Siri said, I took a note, created note, for you to call Norman. I'm like, who's Norman? And Siri went, an English teacher, you need it. Soon, right now. And I called Norman. It was amazing because he needed to learn Spanish, right? So he teaches me English. I blow him in Spanish. Great feedback. All right. That split the room. I went to Target, and as you can see, I have troubles with English sometimes. I went to Target, I asked one of the people working there, hey, where do you keep your kitchen stuff? And she looked at me and said, the homosexuals aisle, it's aisle 7. I'm like, what? And she said, I said, the home essentials aisle, it's aisle 7. I was like, thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna leave you with this one. I am single, as you can see. And I'm a very cheesy person. Proudly cheesy. And I think there should be a dating app for cheesy people like me called Craft Singles. And that's my time. My name is Ivan. Thank you so much.
Keep it riding, ladies and gentlemen. He's right there. He can still hear you. All right, we're going to do one more open mic, and then we're going to get right back to the Legacy Comics. Ladies and gentlemen, this next comedian, I think, probably comes from the furthest amount of distance away. Take your time with him. Some of the third world humor doesn't translate. Trust me, it's funny where he comes from. Give it up for Bashar!
Keep it going for Chino, guys. It is good to see everyone here. I am an immigrant.
Get him.
I gotta say thank you for letting me into your country. I'm a citizen now, so you can't really get rid of me. I get asked often, how is it like being an immigrant? And I gotta be honest, the bar is set very low, right? Especially for an Arab immigrant. Like, just don't do what you folks do out there, right? Just don't do that, all right? Any soccer fans over here? Right? The U.S. is hosting the World Cup next year, or as we call it here, gay. A friend was talking to me from Iraq, was asking me to sponsor his visa to come and watch some of these games. And I was like, I don't know, Mohammed. He had a huge fascination with airplanes growing up, I remember. So the last thing I wanted is to sponsor somebody here that does some dumb shit, right? Okay, I had something else following. Okay. Yeah, I've lived on Maui for the last 13 years, and it's been great. You know, being brown in Hawaii gets you confused, right? You get all these pretty ladies that want to come and meet a Hawaiian man, and I'm like, I'm from Baghdad. It goes as good as it usually, what you guys see right now. When you're from one part of the planet, I guess you kind of have to play for that team as much as possible, right? But there's certain things I just can't stand for, right? Like 72 virgins. Too many, right? Am I the only one thinking that? Too many. Can you imagine that you get to heaven and there are 72 ladies on TikTok just doing tic-tac dance, huh? I look up, God, is there another heaven after this? What do I gotta do? Okay. No, but I just to be honest, it's been the best time of my life living in this awesome nation. You guys have been so hospitable. You guys gave us Mandani. Right? You are so naive. Right? We are coming for you. Right? Sharia law, baby. Okay. That's my time, guys. I appreciate you being patient.
Keep it going for Bashar, ladies and gentlemen. Less than a year of doing comedy with us. Yeah, we love having around. Keep it going, Bashar. Right on, brother. All right. We're going to go back to the Legacy Comics, ladies and gentlemen. One of the co-founders of Power of Comedy, when we first assembled a group and started doing comedy shows, we go all the way back to the Tin Can Comedy days of Mulligan's. That was hosted by Shaggy You guys know Q103 DJ Shaggy? The one who almost got hoisted up a flagpole for saying he Colu didn't have the best reggae album of 2015. Remember that? Oh, dude, they showed up in the parking lot. They're like, bro, what the fuck is Shaggy? They're like, we stopped recording at 4 o'clock. He is, all right. Reduce my life. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my good friends, a great comic, give it up for Doc Titanium, Ted Henderson.
Give it up for Chino LaForge. Keeping actual comedy alive, bringing people here. This is amazing. Thank you guys for coming out to what is essentially an open mic. Please give it up for my wife, Angel Ann, St. Anne. She is literally my better 3/4. Fuck that half shit. She is a superior human being. She puts up with my crap all the time. January 7th, we will have been married for 20 years. Yeah! 20 years. We had a weird moment the other day. We're out of a hot tub, and another family heard us say, we're not done yet. That's all he heard, and he was like, oh my God, are you guys gonna have another kid? And I was like, dude, I am 45, she is 44. Yeah, we're trying for one more, because that kid is gonna be the one that gets us that permanent placard for VIP parking. That kid is gonna be a perpetual Make-A-Wish dream. We're going to all the Disneylands, even the ones in Europe. That kid is gonna be GoFundMe day in and day out. Fundraiser after fundraiser after fundraiser. And then like anybody says anything to us, like we can just get all offended and list some random syndrome, and that's it, we're good. It was our oldest daughter, she's 15 now, which is so weird. I've been doing comedy for 17 years, just about. And so like, I had jokes about like trying to conceive and then finally having a kid, and now I have like a 15-year-old and have jokes. And it's weird, I've seen her do comedy, like that's even scarier. Chino cried, her uncle cried, he was so touched.
It's true.
And I was driving in the car with her the other day, and we were listening to Christmas carols, and the Ed Sheeran, Elton John album came on. And she was like, oh my God, Dad, did you know Ed Sheeran's gay? Isn't that crazy? And I was like, no, I didn't know he's gay, and no, it's not crazy. Here's the thing, I think everybody and everything is gay all the time. That's why I'm fine when people come out of the closet. I was expecting it anyways. Do you like to sing? Gay. Do you like to dance? Gay. Can you not grow a mustache? Gay. Can you only grow a wispy mustache? Gay. Can you grow a big, thick mustache? Village people, gay. Are you an emotionally supportive husband? Gay. Are you an emotionally distant, abusive husband? You're angry because you can't be gay. Do you have cool hobbies? Gay. You do crafting? Gay. Artwork? Gay. Orchids? Gay. Collect lightsabers? Extra, extra gay. Glowing penises you have on your wall? Gay. Rainbows? Gay. Colors? Gay. Violet? Violet? Gay. Chartreuse? You can't say that without a fucking lisp. Gay. Orange. You know what orange is in Spanish? Anaranjo. You can't say that without moving your hips. Gay. Do you know what color isn't gay? Khaki. Neutral color. Not gay. You know what is gay? The word khaki. Do you know what's gayer than that? Wearing khakis. Gay. Are you like trying to convince everybody that you're like a manly man? And so you're always talking about MMA and have a podcast about it and talking about hunting and you're selling your friends supplements? What I'm telling you is Joe Rogan's gay. Have you ever called yourself an alpha and someone else a beta? Extra gay, you're just a top. Extra fucking gay. Sorry, this is the first time I'm telling this joke. I'm trying to remember all of these.
Gay.
Gay. That's all we do. We're driving around the car. Anything that makes us happy, instantly gay. That's gay. Are you sad? Are you depressed? Gay. Did you go to a therapist to get your shit together? Gay. In the 90s, we called everything gay and we were told to stop because it's supposed to be mean. Turns out I got old enough and I'm in my 40s and I realized everything's fucking gay. I worry about myself being gay, so I have to picture myself making out with one of my friends, so just to make sure I get nauseous, and then I know I'm not gay. In 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to do it again. So, you know? Do you know what fucks me up the most? Do you know what messes me up the most? When there is someone that I am 100% sure is gay, and they turn out to be straight. That, I can't fucking handle that. Like, for example, are you an interior designer on HGTV? And then I later find out that you're an evangelical Christian with 7 children, you got convicted for tax fraud? Take off that pink fucking pashmina. Also, the word pashmina, gay. You can't wear that shit, that's stolen valor. Their culture isn't your costume. Just doing that, now he's back to gay. Fucking gay. All right, there's that joke. That was the one joke I wanted to say.
1 minute.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Oh, can I do? Can I do Alexandria?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys this is a hard joke to pull off. I want to try because I have to do it every so often to be able to do it. Like I said, we've been together for a very long time. I have the tendency when I'm thinking to myself, talking to myself, my lips don't move, but my hands move. Okay? And so we're driving and we'll be somewhere and my hands will be moving and my wife goes, "What are you thinking about?" And I don't want to tell her because she doesn't want to fucking know. Okay? So I just say video games and porn. Okay, that's my answer. What are you thinking about? Porn and video games. Porn and video games, right? And then the conversation stops. So a few years back, we're driving out from Kihei into town and my hands are really going. And she goes, "What are you thinking about?" I go, "You don't want to know." She goes, "What are you thinking about?" I go, "Nothing. Porn and video." She goes, "No, I know it's not that. Tell me what you're thinking about." I go, "You really don't want to know." She goes, "We've been together since we were 20. I really want to know what's going through your mind." And I was like, "I really don't want to tell you." And she goes, "Please, I love you. It can't be that bad." And I say, "All right." Well, the common telling of the burning of the Library of Alexandria in the 3rd century AD is often said that the Christians burned the library down out of spite before their one God. But that really doesn't make sense. See, at the current time, what would happen is ships would come into the harbor of Library of Alexandria, it would be flooded in, they would take all the scrolls off the ship, copy them down, and put them in the library. But at that time, there was no punctuation, there was no way for the average person to read it. So you'd have a scholar who would memorize 1, 2, maybe 3 texts in their entire life, and then they would recite them. But you would have to go in and pay a copious amount of money to this person that knew that text all the way through. You would ask them a question about the text, they would recite it to where the answer was, you would get your answer, and then you would leave. Now, early Christians at the time had one book that they all were supposed to memorize that had general proverbs, stories, and histories, and everything they needed to know. They didn't really need to pay for anything. They didn't have the money to go to the Library of Alexandria. And so what they did is they rose up and burnt that shit to the ground as the 99% throwing the 1% to the curb, controlling knowledge. That's what we should be doing every day of our lives. And it was dead silent in the car. For 5 minutes. Do you know dead silence driving through the cane fields with your wife after that? What an eternity that is. And after 5 minutes, she finally got up and went, "You know what? Let's just stick with porn and video games." All right, guys, my name is Ted Anderson. Thank you very much.
Ted Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, one of a kind. No one else on the planet like him, and we should be grateful for that fact. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, a fixture of Power Up. He was actually the CFO for a while when I was off island for a few years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Musubi of comedy, Chuck Thompson!
over here. Holy Christ! We have Santa Claus in a police officer's uniform. You're wearing a wife beater. What's that going on? Fantastic. Thanks for wrapping my gifts so tight.
It's a great cover.
It's a great cover, for sure, yeah. Just like when I paid $30 to go to Grand Wailea. Great cover, of course. Love living on Maui. Holy fucking shit! It's like 8:45 and everyone's here in the world? Okay, show of hands. Who actually lives here right now more than 3.5 months out of the year and doesn't pay more than $1,300 a month in HOA? Saw your arm go down. It's okay. It's good. Who here is on vacation? No, be proud. I'm a boy. I'm proud. I'm a proud boy. You're not. Clearly, your outfits are white. You're clean. You're crisp. Your pants are hemmed. You don't live here, bro. Your hat is backwards. You're a catcher, but you're clearly a pitcher. I've been to that sex dungeon.
Not mine.
No, not yours. I don't know the code. Went to Vegas recently. The 9th island. You guys ever go to Vegas? Holy fucking shit, dude. My wife will tell me 400 times a year to close the fridge or turn the lights off to save money. We go to Vegas 5 times a year. She spends 50 cents every boop. Every boop. Can you guys do this with me? Every boop. And then we go to the white supremacist slot machines where it's 88 cents every boop. Why do they do that? Who knows? I love saving money. Do you guys ever love to save money? I love it. So when I go to Vegas, I love to save money when I go to Vegas. It's the only place you should save money, right? Everyone goes to Vegas to save money. So I go on Groupon when I go to Vegas, right? And I found this deal. It was $300 to eat a 6-course meal in the dark. Right? Eat in the dark. I have depression. That shit is on the house. Love going to Vegas. Took acid when I go to Vegas. You guys ever take acid?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, baby, dude. I always thought slot machines was a huge waste of money. You take 3 tabs, take 18 drinks, play a little slot machine. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. I love that shit, dude. I love being back on island. Love being back here on Maui. It's tough being married. Anyone here married? Literally no one in the bar is married. Yes, raise your fragile hands. Yes. My fragile hands. Being married is the fucking shit, dude. My wife is, she's not autistic, but she is Japanese and neurodivergent. Talk about dodging a bullet train, am I right? But she's so organized, when we go on vacation, every hour of every day throughout the entire vacation is organized and delineated on Microsoft Excel, right? She knows 7 months from now where we're getting drunk in Milan at 9 in the morning. And I have ADHD. I'm out of control, baby. I'm not that organized. Are you that organized? The only single married woman in the entire audience? Are you pretty organized? I bet you're fucking so hot, too. So I fucking learned, dude, my wife doesn't care what's organized. She just cares that it's organized, right? So we had a fucking, yes, you should. I love her, too. So we go to Disneyland at 12 o'clock. We're going to ride the Tower of Terror. I delete that shit. We're going to ride Charles's dick. And that, my friends, is how you turn an Excel sheet into a spreadsheet.
Took a long
It's like my English teacher always told me, wordplay is just as important as foreplay. Holy shit. No one's got molested growing up? I got good mindsight. No one? He was gentle and kind. Fucking love living on island, baby, man. Love fucking living here, dude. I watch a lot of cooking shows with my wife. You guys watch a lot of cooking shows? Okay, first of all, British cooking shows? Why do they fucking exist, man? British food is the fucking worst. That's why the entire continent is named UK. It's fucking gross, dude. My wife recently told me that she wants to fuck a celebrity chef. She wants to fuck Alton Brown. Okay, so some people know, right? He's got strong hands, he's very methodical, and he's good eats. And I was like, okay, you want to fuck Alton Brown? Do you want to fuck Guy Fieri? And she says, no, I would never fuck Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri does not eat pussy. How do you know that Guy Fieri does not eat pussy? And she tells me, well, first of all, his name is Guy Fieri. That means flamer. He wears a lot of jewelry. He's always driving muscle cars and going to like biker bars. Guy Fieri does not even like eggs. Where do eggs come from? I don't know. That was But I bet you everybody that Guy Fieri eats ass. In fact, I fucking bet you my entire life that Guy Fieri eats ass. He has frosted tips. He's gotten a boyfriend, but he likes a lot of poppers. He wears a lot of wristbands. I bet you Guy Fieri eats ass. You know, imagine this, right? It's no longer diners, drives, and dives, right? It's saloons, steakhouses, and salad tossers. We're here in downtown Providence at a local Greasy Spoon. Okay, everybody, that's my time. All right.
Give it over, Chuck Sauce, Chuck Thompson. I always have to bring the mic down like 10% when he goes up on stage. I think that was the right tone right there. All right, we're gonna go back to a couple more open micers, and we'll go back to Legacy soon. Ladies and gentlemen, just recently rejoining us at Open Mic has been doing this on and off for years. We're happy to have him back. Give it up for Ed the Dread.
All right, Guy Fieri and Assy, that's going to be tough to go after. Let's hear it for Paella Bay Coffee and Bar, y'all. It is good to be here and see Chino in a different setting. The last time I saw Chino, I was scared shitless. Not because of his stature or because of his unknown ethnic background, but because I just happened to see his big old head in my side view mirror as I ran a lady over with my truck and trailer. It was at Farm Market last week. I ended up having to pull out of the parking lot and come back and ask him what the fuck happened, because literally I ran through, felt a bump, seeing him pointing in the back, and he said the lady actually got up and turned around, walked into the trailer, and then I ran her over. So she was all right, not injured, no harm, no foul. I also saw Bashar at Farm Market last fucking time I was there. He just called soccer gay. You know what countries are playing the gay pride game in the World Cup this year? Egypt and Iraq. You motherfucker. Fuck yourself, Baghdad. I played pro soccer. I'm actually a professional skimboarder. If you don't know what that is, that's when you like run, drop, slide on the board, wrap the wave, and ride it back to shore. I learned that because my dad's white. Just so happens to be that way. You know what's fucking crazy nowadays that's back in? The mullet. Anybody here got it? You are not concentrating enough on cutting that your fucking self, you Argentinian, you. Fucking mullets are back in. That shit is nuts. I'm over 40, so if a kid came out of their house with a mullet when I was young, it was considered child abuse. Now it's a fucking fashion statement. I taught at Hana School, and they kind of had what homies got, like the faux Cristiano Ronaldo mullet. Then I taught at Baldwin in the Y side, and in the last 3 years, it seems as though the more local you are, the longer your mullet is. It's like Joe Dirt Pacifica in the Y side. I was surfing Big Les the other day, and a brother paddled out with like completely shaved head, riding a bodyboard. He caught a few waves, and as I paddled back out, his whole body was underwater, and what it looked like to me was Mr. Potato Head with a hair cape, but he literally had full shave with the mullet in the back. Now, I consider myself allowed to make fun of mullets because my white dad had one for my whole childhood, and I never even knew it. Usually it'd be something that people would make fun of you for, but my dad was pretty cool. I had like the Kobe Jones braids on top and shaved sides as a kid, so I said after I take my senior picture, I'm gonna shave my head and grow it all out. My dad goes, oh, I'm gonna shave my head too. So we go over to my boy's crib, and I have to go like buzz, 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 buzz. He just held the back and snipped. That shit had me tripping, and that was when I realized my dad had rocked a mullet with like a bucket hat or a visor or some shit over it for my whole life. Now my dad's white, so that makes my mom the blackest lady on earth. For me to be this complexion. Again, I'm in my 40s, so she's really wanting a grandkid. Any people over 40 and single in here? Fuck, okay. Well, I'll tell you, your parents want you to make grandkids. I told my mom it's tough to date nowadays. You can get catfished in real life. They have calf implants, boob enlargement. They can tighten a vagina or extend a penis. They have facelifts, liposuction. So, for me, if I'm dating an older chick, you gotta check the back of her fucking hands just to make sure everything's cool. That's like, that'll tell you her real age. It's like the rings on a tree. I also found recently, after seeing so many people get thin on Ozempic, I figured that 2026, the new wizard sleeve is going to be an ex-big bitch's belly button. Yeah, you had to think about that one. Yeah. That's my time. I'm into dread. Let's go.
Keep up right to dread, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, by the way, that hand joke, I saw like 6, 7 people like, it's a good one. You got their heads. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come up next to the stage. Was one of the youngest comedians that we have in our scene. I think he's still the young one. I don't know. I can't keep track of the kids. Ladies and gentlemen, very funny. Give it up for Jackson Babine.
So you guys all remember how like at 9 years old you had this vision of what you had your life to be when you got to 25? And I lived exactly how you thought that would pan out. I had a root beer float the other day for breakfast on my way to work. I'm like, what the fuck would you expect from a guy that looks like Jack Sparrow sailed into an X Games event? I smoke cigarettes, and I know it's bad for me. I'm 25. I grew up in the 2000s. I know. But I smoked in Indonesia for a little bit, And they really try harder to stop you smoking. You know, they have pictures on the pack of like lungs butterflied open and like holes in people's neck. And they smoke more than we do. And I smoke more than I do here, there. It's not working. I think I found out one way that we can curb smoking now. If we just put child porn on cigarette packs.
Jesus.
No, think about it. You really wouldn't want to get a pack at that point. You know, you wouldn't want to get caught with that. That's not good. And you certainly wouldn't get a carton. That's a way bigger charge, guys. But then you fall into the trap of, are we advertising to kids now? Yeah, I figured I'd get like a little chuckle for that last bit. But now I'm taking this deep bit, a little deeper. I'll let it go. My dad was actually really funny growing up, and he taught me how to make fun of people at his mother's expense. It was great, guys. It was perfect, actually. She had one of those like wrists that just stayed right here. And then she had one of those necks that didn't move without the shoulders. So she was already kind of an easy target. Like you'd see a water glass over there and the table start moving. And you're like, oh shit, Graham's coming. And you see it get a little bigger. And then she comes around the corner going, nah, it's alright, dude. She's dead now. You can laugh. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. That was dark too. But oh, I'm not kidding that she's dead. But she had her own quirks too. You know, it's okay to laugh at her. She for some reason thought that anybody that had a shiny face was gay. I don't know where the fuck that came from. So we can laugh at her for that. But I grew up Roman Catholic, and I stopped going because I got bored. And then a few years later, my mom stopped going because she found out she was gay. Somehow my grandmother never thought she had a shiny face though, dude. She came out after she died. She missed her opportunity, man. Alright, you can laugh at my dead grandma, guys. That's where I'm gonna leave you. Have a good night. I'm Jackson Bay Mike.
Jackson Bay Vine, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got some more legacies and some more open micers. Sorry, open micers, I'm out to shorten the set time just a little bit to make sure that we make it to our deadline. But ladies and gentlemen, your next legacy comic, someone's been with Power Up since the Stella Blues days, right, Vince? Yeah, since our first venue in Kihei, Stella Blues, if you guys remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, the horseman himself, if you know, you know. Give it over Vince Bodie!
I only sounded surprised there because I didn't know I was going up, so I was just like, yeah, I guess I was there since Stella Blues. As a matter of fact, Chuck and I started comedy on the same nights.
Aww.
Yeah, true story. I broke my phone the other day. My phone like completely died and I lost like a year and a half worth of stuff. So I'm not doing any new material tonight, so it's crazy when you break your phone, and then I had to back up my phone, but I only have like an old backup from like a year and a half ago. So when I backed up my phone, it's sort of like this weird like phone time traveling that I'm doing. Like the last text that I had from one of my friends was a picture that she sent me of her and her husband, and they're like now divorced and they hate each other and like having a great time. I'm just like, wow, it's time traveling. I have a text from Chuck that says, Cafe Olay has a fish and chips platter that feeds 8 people. Do you want to try to go eat it? That one was from today, though. Chuck was talking about doing acid in Vegas. How many people have done LSD? Way more people than who are married, which is weird. It's like weird statistics for this place, but I guess that makes sense. I tried to do LSD one time, but I accidentally did LDS, and now I'm Mormon. Don't care for it. But the one cool thing about being Mormon is I get to watch that Mormon version of The Bachelor where everyone wins. Okay, that guy got it eventually. There's more roses than girls on the Mormon Bachelor. That's right. So I'm not Mormon, but I do celebrate the holidays. You guys excited about the holidays? I got my Christmas gear on tonight. The number one thing I love about the holidays, right? Number one thing I love about the holidays, Christmas porn, right? Anybody that's been on Pornhub lately, they know all about Christmas porn, right? Yeah, I will. I have a whole joke about it, actually. What a coincidence. So, yeah, if you've been on Pornhub lately, you know about Christmas porn, which is great, because I can't tell you how many times I've been watching a video of some girl getting railed by 2 guys, and I just think to myself, this isn't festive enough. Thank goodness for Christmas porn. But I do watch a lot of porn, though. Something that I've noticed. Yeah, that's why I keep looking at my phone. I'm watching porn. I'm looking at my phone like this. Something that I've noticed now that I'm getting older is that the older I get, the more my relationship to milk porn has changed. Yeah, it's interesting, because like when I was younger, I was watching milk porn and I was like, man, wouldn't that be hot to like have sex with an older lady? Yeah. Yeah. She knows.
Okay.
She's like 32.
Audience member of the magnitude.
Right in the hot milk zone. But like now that I'm older, I have a different relationship with milk porn because I'm just like, I just find it relatable because older women are the only people that are still willing to fuck me. Milk porn has gone from sexy fantasy to sad inevitability. So I got that going for me. Let's see. Talk about Netflix? I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? What?
Headphones?
ATM.
Okay. Oh, is that Rhonda? She's the girl from the picture that I talked about. I'm a big fan of earbuds, and every time you buy a new pair of earbuds, it's like going on a blind date, right? Because you're going on a blind date, you're about to get into a relationship with that lady who lives inside your earbuds, the lady who's like, battery low. And every time you buy a new pair of earbuds, it's really exciting the first time you turn them on because you don't know what that lady's gonna sound like, right? And the first time I recently bought like a really expensive pair of earbuds, and I didn't know this, but the more expensive the earbuds are, the sexier the lady that lives in the earbuds is, right? Like I bought a really expensive pair of earbuds, and I turn them on for the first time, and it just goes, she's like, power on. I'm like, yeah, you're powering me on, girl. She's like, connected. I'm like, yeah, I want to connect with you, girl. Let's go. I wasn't even about to watch porn with these, but now I am. All right. But then I bought a really cheap pair of earbuds off of Amazon, and I turn them on, and the lady's just like, power on. I'm like, ew! Like you couldn't even do a second take? That was terrible. All right, that's it for me. Thanks a lot, guys. My name is Vince Fodi.
Give it up for Vince Fodi, ladies and gentlemen. He really does jerk off to headphone voices. I've seen it. Also, you might be a shoo-in for audience member of the night after comment like that. Yeah, I might need to give her some hot sauce. She needs something. All right. I'm gonna walk around with the tip bucket. I'll be splitting it with one of the comics, whoever I choose, comic of the night tonight. It won't be one of the legacy people. You guys actually get work as comics. It'll be one of the open micers. But I'll be walking around the tip bucket. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why a lot of you are here, the reason why I'm gonna walk around with the tip bucket right now, because you might leave after. Ladies and gentlemen, Maui's own, now running the gambit in the LA comedy scene. If you know him, you love him. Give it up for Willie Simon!
What's up? Good to be home, dude. One more time for everybody you saw, huh? What a night. What a time. I'm wearing my legacy Maui Built fucking shirt, dude, to prove I'm used to be a local at one point, dude. This is my Hawaii ID. I'm just standing outside of Haleakala National Park, like, let me in, motherfucker. I'm in here, dude. I want in. I don't have $35. Let me in, okay? Dude, it's great to be home. I can do all my Hawaii jokes. You do Hawaii jokes on the mainland, they're like, what's a Samoan? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, no. It's good to be back, though. I came home, I was eating a Hawaiian pizza. You guys had some of this? Hawaiian pizza? Ham and pineapple pizza? I'm like, that's not Hawaiian pizza. I never see Hawaiians eating that. Right? Hawaiian pizza should be spam and domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? That's a Hawaiian pizza. Check. Boom. One down. Still feels good. Still works. Thanks. Thanks, Tom. That's my friend Tom. Okay. I also brought the 8-top with the kids. I was like, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. They all have families now. I'm like, oh, I'm a loser. Holy shit. They all have 4-year-olds. I'm like, what the fuck happened to being 19? Remember that? I'm kidding. They had kids at 19. It's in Maui. We're Yeah, dude, it's good to be back. I was watching Harry Potter. It's Christmas, right? We're all watching Harry Potter again? Yeah. Christmas movie for some reason. I don't get that, but it is. It really is, right? It's a Christmas movie. Because, yeah, I don't know. Because there's lights at some point. Who fucking knows? Because they're British? Yeah, why not? But yeah. My buddy was talking to me about the names. He was like, the names are crazy in Harry Potter. I never met anyone with like a name in Harry Potter. They all have weird names. And I'm like, that's not true. I grew up with a guy named Albus, actually. Yeah. He was this Filipino dude. He said he was named after Albus Presley. Boom! Can't do that in the mainland, dude. That's only here. That's it. Do that in the mainland? Like, I don't get that. He sounds racist, but I don't know what he's talking about, right? Albus Presley. You get it, dude. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's great to be back. Good to be home. Fucking love coming back, dude. I live in LA now. It's hell. I hate it. A lot of stuff. A lot of people out there. It's nice though. I live in a pretty shitty neighborhood called Anywhere in LA. It was pretty cool. Crime's always gone up, dude. I love that. I do. I love when crime goes up. Big fan of when crime goes up. Crime goes up, that's when I get away with my lesser crimes. Know what I'm saying? I'm like 3 murders this weekend. Yeah, I could park here. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Yeah, I could leave this. The sign says 20-minute parking. The murder rate says I could leave this overnight. I'm parking right fucking here. In the red and everything. Try me, motherfucker. We're good to go. Yeah, dude. It's fun living out there. My dad lives out here, man. It's nice. It's nice to go see the family, you know? My dad's like he's a pretty right-wing dude, but he doesn't like justice politics for Hawaii, you know? He still thinks like mainland shit matters out here, you know? He'll call me up, he's like, we heard something about the border, man. I'm like, you live in Maui, brother. I think you're good over here, you know? The Hawaii-Mexico border is actually pretty secure. One of the more secure borders in the entire planet, I think. They're really alright. There's a mode, it's like 3,000 miles long. They're gonna be fine. I'm honestly like, I think an illegal immigrant makes it to Hawaii, that guy can fucking stay, right? I think that guy earned it, man. That's a tough way to get here. Stand up paddling for 3,000 miles, man. That guy could skip the test about the president, whatever the fuck you gotta do it legally, right?
Yeah. Somebody sent me that.
That guy's out in the middle of the ocean, he's like, San Diego's gotta be close. Where am I? I think I passed it. Yeah, dude. I don't get that though. I don't know why we hate illegal immigrants so much, you know? They're very hardworking, they love this country, they bust ass to get here. They have all the traits I thought we liked as Americans. We shit on them. You know who I hate? Legal immigrants. Who's fucking with me, right? These goddamn legals. They come down here, they just bitch about fucking everything. That's all they do. They complain. They're always like, the healthcare system is shut up, bitch. Dude, fuck you. Go back to Winnipeg. You know what I'm saying? You fucking jackass. Get the fuck out of my country. They're always talking about their 2 passports. Real Americans have 0 passports. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 of these fucking things? Go fucking back. You got 2, you commie pig? Get the fuck out of here, you know? And they have it easy, the legals, you know? They just gotta memorize the presidents and have like $5 grand. That's not enough, you know? The illegal guys, they have it tough. You gotta hop a fence, you gotta run from the cops. That should be the test to get into America. You know what I mean? Get in here illegally, and if you do it, we're like, look at a nice job. That's pretty hard. Way to go. He's a social security card. Welcome to America, man. That's fucking sick. Who cares, you know, William... I don't know the president's to be honest, but I don't have to, okay? That's my right as an American. To not know the presidents. That's what the founding fathers fought for me to not know their names. You know, that's why they did it. No, I know the founding fathers. They were pretty rad, right? They were like 23 when they founded America. That's pretty cool, you know? I wasn't doing nothing cool at 23. When I was 23, I was like, can I do cocaine and Percocet at the same time and not die? They were here founding a country. That's pretty fucking sick. They wasn't doing nothing like that, you know? Yeah, they were doing shit. No, you're good, dude. I'm also excited to see Cody Medeiros, dude. Everybody fucking loves that guy. Guys, give it up for Cody Medeiros, huh? Cody boy! He has a baby that he didn't have at 18. Pretty hard to do out here, man. That's pretty sick. He meant to have his kid. How cool is that? That's fucking tough. Yeah. Yeah, they're all like 23, all the founding fathers, you know? Except for Ben Franklin. He was like 50. Kind of weird. What's up with that guy, right? Why is he 50? They're all 22, everyone else is... I don't care what you're doing. If you're 50 and all your friends are 22, you're a fucking creep. That's a creepy thing. That's a weird friend group, you know what I mean? He's like, where's the pussy at, Jim? It's a weird guy, you know? He's super old. And he's on everything, too. He's on the 100. He's on the Declaration of Independence. Never president. Just hung out super well. That doesn't raise any red flags for anyone else. That's not... I think he was their Jeffrey Epstein. That's my feeling. I think Ben Franklin was the first. Release the Franklin list. You know what I mean? We're worried about the Epstein list. What's the Franklin list look like? That guy's out here like fucking... Put me on the 100, I'm telling everybody what we're fucking doing. Okay, you guys are fucked. Put me on the 100. I want the 100. Also, it's 1,700. The 100 is like the $1 million bill. That's like I want the $1 million bill. Put me on that. You guys are fucked if you don't. Weird guy. He looks like the first pedophile. If you look at Ben Franklin, he looks like he invented it. He's got the glasses. He invented glasses to make himself look more like a pedophile. He discovered electricity flying a kite. That's how a pedophile would discover electricity. What are you doing? Why are you flying a kite, man? You're 50 years old, brother. You just like this? It's nighttime right now, dog. What the fuck are you doing? Also at the time, electricity, just a theory. He's like, I'm looking for magic? You're like, no, dude. You're looking for boys. I know what this is. You're trying to harness the energy of boys. You stumbled on electricity, motherfucker. You got lucky. What's that key unlock? You know what I mean? I don't like that. What's that key for? I don't know. That's just a weird way to discover a huge human discovery, you know? With a kite. That's like if Isaac Newton found out about gravity by throwing candy out of a man. You know? You're like, oh, look at it fall. Oh, what is that? What's going on there? Alright, I gotta go soon. I'm gonna end on. Oh, who saw the new Karate Kid? Anyone see the new Karate Kid? Anyway, who cares? There's a new Karate Kid. Not important. One guy who was outside. Fuck it. They kicked him out because he watched the new Karate Kid. They're like, fucking get the fuck out of here, dude. Nobody cares. But yeah, they got a new one. And the new Karate Kid's Asian. Yeah. I'm like, that's fucked up. Right? You can't have an Asian Karate Kid. Except Karate Kid just sounds like a slur if he's Asian. You know what I mean? Changes the context of the movie a lot. And watch something, everyone's like, that's the Karate Kid. You're like, fuck it, leave him alone. What the hell's wrong with you? He's just doing karate, you don't gotta call him names. You don't gotta be racist. That's a person of karate, that's what that is. It's not a Karate Kid. Have some respect. Alright guys. Thanks a lot, man. Give it up for Chino, huh?
Give it up for Willie Simon! Willie Simon, ladies and gentlemen. He's here to meet a 15-year-old. No, I'm just kidding. That's the only way to tag on that joke. All right. We're going to go back to a couple more open micers, then we have 2 more sets of Legacy, and then we're going to wrap this up as fast as possible because we're getting to that 9 o'clock hour. Guys, give it up for the staff of Paella Bay Coffee and Bar. Danny and Maddie for taking care of you guys all night, every Monday night. They're wonderful. We love them. Make sure you compensate them well. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, he's the host of the Tuesday Night Mike in Kihei. If you want to do some more comedy on Tuesdays, go to Vibe in Kihei Tuesday nights at around 8:15. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Morgan!
All right, everybody, we're making it through this evening. Looking good. What a great crowd. Give it up for the family in the back. They hate out. They brought their own comedians. We ain't gonna make them laugh that hard. But yeah, no, it's really cool. They got the kids here too. I just thought I'd tell a couple quick jokes for the kids, because you know, that other shit. I don't know. We've heard some stuff tonight, and there's the one thing that rings up top about the bear and the rabbit. They're taking the shit in a forest together, and the bear says to the rabbit, "Do you have a problem with shit sticking to your fur?" And the rabbit says, "No." So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit. Sorry. I was trying to bring us back down to earth after that last set. Give it up for Willie Simon. Yeah! I don't know. This is the 3rd time in 3 years I've seen this guy perform, and I don't know why he doesn't have his own Netflix show, but maybe he does, and I just don't have Netflix. I don't know. You know, I've been trying to figure out where I'm going to get started after that set, so I figured I'd just tell you all about eating dried grapes, raisin awareness, you know. I also like to mention that diarrhea Awareness Week started today on Monday. Runs till Friday. Our friend Ivan, he's here from Argentina, but I think he's like here, he's no longer, he can just like ditch the Argentina, and everybody's got an accent anyway, so it fits right in. But it's amazing because Argentina is actually surprisingly cold. It's borders on Chile. It's it's tough out there in the world today. I get a lot of messages. I'm selling a few things online, and I just check out the messages coming in. People will pump down $800 a night to sleep on a bed, queen size bed that other people have slept on, maybe even hundreds, maybe even thousands. That have slept on there, but I can't give away a cedar Posturepedic beauty rest, queen size. I can't give it away for free. No one will take it. I can't do it. I bought a dog. Got it from a blacksmith. I took him home. He made a bolt for the door. You ever feel like Magic Johnson wasted his name in basketball? He could have been the most insane porn star ever. At the same time, I feel like the fact that the word asteroid doesn't mean hemorrhoids was a major mischance for the English language. That kind of, you know what I mean? It's like they kind of fucked that up. This detective came to my door the other day. He said, I'm looking for a one eye. I said, well, if you look at it with both eyes, you might find him. I'm sorry, it's terrible. Let's see. My Hispanic friends, I started saying mucho to them a lot. It means a lot, so that's why I say it to them. I like to announce every morning I'm going for a jog. It's a running joke, because I don't really go. They say more intelligent people have more birthdays. They also say that lazy people have higher IQ. And at least I saw that in an article that I didn't quite finish reading. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight. It's been a great crowd, good night, and hey, it's Monday, you know where you're at. Aloha.
Keep it over Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got 2 more legacy sets, and then we're gonna run the open mic into the dirt and call it a night. You guys ready for this home stretch? Ladies and gentlemen, part 1 of your final 2 legacies. He started in the 3s days, right?
Diamonds.
And diamonds, that's right. We had a bridge of diamonds on the in-between. We call it the upside down. That was like doing comedy in the opposite side with Vecna. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shahane Nelson.
That's perfect. I'll go even less. Because I got most of it out of my system. Hello, everyone. My name is Shane Nelson. This is my son, Bentley Nelson. Say hello to Bentley, you sons of bitches. There we go. Sometimes people have a dog or a cat and they'll say that my dog or my cat has great intuition. Like, they think that if you go to their house and they have a cat, if their cat doesn't like you, it's because you're hiding something. Right? You guys have all heard this? Bentley does not judge based off character. Bentley judges based off appearance. If Bentley doesn't like you, you're ugly. Bentley and I, we have a giant spider in our bathroom. Does anyone else here have a giant spider in our bathroom? You do? You have a spider in my bathroom? It's super scary. It's so scary that I called up my dad the other day. My dad lives in Minnesota, and I call my dad up and I say, Dad, I have a giant spider in my bathroom. And my dad said,
well, you're 33 years old, bud, and I'm in Minnesota, so you're on your own. I said, Dad, I'm super scared. What do I do? And my dad said, well, here's my rule. If the spider has a web, I let it live. If it's a free-range spider, I kill it. I was like, got it. Kill the homeless ones. Houseless, I'm sorry, whatever. And then I guess I'm going to tell this short story. I'm a little nervous about this, and then we'll get Callahan up here because he's a comedy power-up legend. The other day I was running errands, and when I run errands, what I really mean is that I'm going to Target to look at Legos and then stopping at Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Those are if I say I'm running errands, that's what I'm doing. And I was running errands, and I got some Panda Express, and I had one more pit stop to make, and I put the Panda Express in the passenger seat, and I look at Bentley. I'm like, dude, can I leave you in the car with a box of Panda Express? And Bentley's like, don't worry about it, go inside, everything will be fine. So I walk towards the store, and I look over my shoulder, and Bentley has his head out the window, and he's looking at me. He's like, go on, you're good. And so I go inside the store, and I do that trick where I walk in the store, I count to 5, and then I peek out to see what this motherfucker's doing. And he hasn't moved an inch. He's like, what are you doing? Go on. So I go in the store, I'm in there for 5 minutes, I come out of the store, and guess where Bentley's head is? Right where it fucking left it, dude. He hasn't moved an inch. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's a super good boy. And I go to the car, and I can, instantly I see little pieces of rice throughout the entire car. Bentley, not only did he eat all of the Panda Express, Bentley ate the box. There was no sign that there was ever a to-go box in that car. And I just wish I could have seen it, you know? All right, my name is Shane Nelson. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Thank you, Chino. Thank you, Power Up.
Give it over Shane Nelson and Bentley, ladies and gentlemen. Shane had another show tonight. That's why he's later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final legacy set before we wheel and deal on the last open mics. He's a comedian that has plagued my existence since I met him. He watched at open mics for a full year before he ever got on stage. And ever since then, we've all been stunned and shocked to see what's come forth. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, one of my good friends, Mr. Callahan Welsh.
Hey, how are you, ladies and gentlemen? Can I go? Can he do his order first? Okay. Hey, I don't know why Chief Chino told you guys this stuff. I'm just an open micer. My name is Callahan Welsh. I'm 42 years old. I'm falling apart. I was born in the ghetto streets of Molokini on the island in Colorado. And we don't get to talk to many people over there. So, you guys know where Molokini is? Where? Which way? No. Where? The Molokini Ward? Yeah. You're the only one that got that joke. Do I know you? Why are you yelling at me? What are you doing out there? It's nice out there? You don't like people? I've met a lot of people. I don't. What do I do? Alright, look, no offense, but could all the KKs stop heckling me? Trish, can you tell that one to calm down? Okay. Hey, look, I don't have jokes, but I have a lot of pain. Does anybody relate to pain?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, the first pain that I deal with is being a haole from Maui. Can anybody relate? No. Okay. Look, I'll give you guys all your money back if we just call it quits now. The second pain I'd like to bother you guys with is, any veterans here tonight? U.S. military veterans? I'm the only one that was uneducated at Maui High School. May I see by a show of hands, how many of you believe that U.S. military and veterans fought for freedom of speech?
Hell yeah.
Really? Permission to say the N-word?
Jesus.
Okay, so the word is no. Time out, Chief Chino. No pictures, please.
What? What?
Why are you judging me? Am I doing great? All right, time in. It's kind of bittersweet tonight here, and my Christmas present to Power Up Comedians is I'm quitting stand-up comedy. And exchanging it for running for mayor of Maui. What do I have to do to manipulate you guys into voting for me and my hidden agendas? I promise to bring corruption. I promise to bring racism. And I also promise to build a Six Flag roller coaster theme park in Kula. Who's on board?
Yeah.
Free insurance paid for by the Richard Bisson Foundation of Corruption. Sorry, time out. No, thank you. Excuse me, bartenders, could you just be quiet for like half an hour? Sai, are you leaving? Well, why are you leaving? You're leaving. 1 minute left or 60 seconds? Tonight was jovious, based on you guys relating to my pain. What? A round of waters for everyone, please, on me. Hey, much respect to all those that venture into stand-up comedy. I'm very honored that Chief Chino has allowed me to infiltrate his Power Up Comedy. It's pretty cool to see how many people he's inspired. And the true testament to this is seeing Willie Simon being the second individual from Maui to get his name at the world famous Comedy Store in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. Although I am jealous, it was a cool experience to experience. And seeing those of you that continue the legacy here tonight under Chief Chino, and maybe Ted Anderson, I don't know who the fuck that is, but in this short lifetime, if you have a fear of public speaking, like I do, and still do, I'd like to encourage you to just try to write about your discrepancies, your flaws, your weaknesses. No pictures, please. Chino, control your woman. Hey, retirement, right? Nobody knows who I am. Why would you introduce me like that? Okay, in solidarity, if you guys could just be quiet as I leave the stage, I'd appreciate it.
I respectfully waited until he was off stage to ask for applause. And I hope you took photos because he is not coming back. He is the only photo you'll get of him from now is like Bigfoot in his leg. That's about it. That's all you're gonna get. Is it last call at the bar right now? Last call at the bar. We're gonna be doing this rapid fire of the final comics. Are you guys ready to bring it home? Ladies and gentlemen, keep that energy up. Keep those hands going for. You know what? We already had a Jackson up, so I'm gonna call him by his alter ego. Give it up for Internet Jax!
Hell yeah. All right, thank you so much, Chino. Thank you everybody for doing the comedy tonight. Yeah, so I wanted to start off by talking about some of the topics that other people were saying, like, okay, yeah, Callahan, thank you for your service. I feel like I have the best of both worlds. Actually, I tried to join the military, but I got rejected for medical reasons. It's just that I tried to put too much of my career of getting SSI, free money from the government, and I'm like kind of legally crazy, but like crazy enough to join the military, but like also too crazy on paper for them to let me do it. So I get all the like brownie points where I get to like chill with the veterans. I'm like, yeah, bro, like you guys did that, but like I really wanted to, but you know, just the paperwork wasn't in there. So, you know, I tried. Like it's kind of like stolen valor, but like kind of sort of not really, because you're not imitating like you did something. You're just like, I really wanted to do something that you guys did. So thank y'all for that. But yeah. Anyway, lackadaisical lifestyle. I'm from here, and so you know a lot of people have these success stories, and they're like, yeah, the legendary comedian superstar came from Maui to LA, and they made it super good. And I'm like, it's like imagine if you replace your champion with just like a kind of average dude that just does like some things and is like moderately successful. Like that's kind of been like my saga and my story of going there. So, you know, representing big for the hometown. Let me see. I wouldn't normally never allow myself to look at my phone, but Jesus Christ, it's amateur hour here right now for me. So yeah, the other thing, people getting older, right? Grandparents want you to have grandchildren. That is some immense pressure. I'm here caring for an elderly father, and it's like, damn, bro, how do I explain to you that it's like no viable prospects, nothing really planned in the future, and it doesn't look like it's going to change. But you know what? That's reality, and let's not try to pretend that it's something that it's not. I'm supposed to be like some sad, deprecating humor, like, oh. Anyway, all right. Anyway, so yeah, one of the benefits, when I lived here, I was a non-religious person at all, you know, like the spirituality ambiguous, new age people, and I got along with them a lot better. And like the dude that was saying it earlier, he's like, gay. It's like, you talk to some of your friends about like what they're doing, and like, oh, you still doing music? They're like, oh no, I'm doing sound healing. And you're like, oh, fuck, gay. Oh, are you like working that job? They're like, oh no, I'm really more focused on like kirtan, like tarot readings. You're like, damn, gay. And it's like, you know, that is one of the cathartic joys of being a Christian, though, is like, as time gets on and you get more into it, you just get more judgmental, like all the people with the religious trauma. But yeah, no, it sucks. Like, who here has not gotten laid in a long time? Hell yeah. You are keeping it holy, bro. Good for you. That is what God wants for you. Man, I was just chilling doing my thing one time, had Shody come over to my spot. She was chilling, and I was like, all right, let's do a little cuddling. And then she reaches over and says, oh. I was distraught. I thought, I was like, dude, this is the end, God. What have I done? I am going to hell. Please forgive me. So, in a perpetual state of sexual frustration is exactly how the Father wants us to be. And so, keep on not getting no pussy. Especially you guy in the back. Woo!
Keep it going to Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Give him your pussy. He'll take it. All right. Come up to the stage. I'm trying to rapid fire. Come up to the stage next, ladies and gentlemen. Give her John Kaye. Quick set.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. Everybody having a good night, watching some hammers up here. Woo! I know at least one person is not having a good night because there's a full pre-rolled joint in the urinal. That's me. I'm not having a good night. I looked down, my Zin fell out, and I dropped my joint.
Damn.
You guys want to hear a risky joke?
Okay.
Nobody wants to hear a risky joke.
Okay.
I want to tell a risky joke because I don't care. Last time I was at open mic, I asked, you want to hear a racist joke? And the only people who said yes was women and ethnic people. That surprised me. I didn't tell a racist joke, though. This is not a racist joke. But in elementary school, I was a slave driver. Think about that. In elementary school, I was a slave driver in a play. And my dad had a bullwhip in the closet that I took to school, that I took to 5th grade. And they let me use it in a play. It was Greek and Roman Day. Don't look at me like that. Greek and Roman Day, and they let me be a slave driver with a whip. Pretty horrible. I know. I got one guy to laugh over here. This guy's fucked up. I take being an uncle very seriously. I'm a Hanai uncle out here. My roommate's got 2 boys, 3 and 5. You know, shout out to anybody who's got children. That was way too fucking hard for me. My roommate's 5-year-old fell down 17 stairs while I was high as fuck on the couch, face planted into a scorpion pose, looked at me, and I didn't know whether I should coddle him or just tell him to get the fuck up. And I was like, get over here, boy, and tell me about Hot Wheels. That's his gospel. His gospel is Hot Wheels. He comes over, he tells me about the fastest one and all of his disciples. I also have a niece, an actual niece. My sister has a kid, and every time I visit my sister, I don't know how we get into this routine. My sister's niece is 3 years old, and she expects me to teach her a new song every time I see her. And when I go visit, I have to stay there for like a week or 2 weeks, and I don't mean one song each time I visit. I mean every day when I wake up. She expects me to know a new children's song. So I wake up, I slam a coffee, I slink into the toilet, and while I'm taking a dump, you can hear me on YouTube Kids watching sing-alongs. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. But she loves it, and you gotta do what you gotta do. Guys, my name is John Kaye, giving it back to Chino. Thank you for sticking around tonight, POD.
Thank you, John Kaye. Keep it short, keep it respectful. I appreciate that, John Kaye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give up your next comedian. He's a rapper, he's an MC, and now he's doing comedy. Give it up for Mr. Clyde.
show some fucking hustle, bro.
Chino, y'all. Yeah. So Christmas and everything that's happening right now. I was on an Instagram feed, fell into the rabbit tunnel, and they broke down what Santa Claus is. It's supposed to be Satan Claus in a red suit coming in your house to steal your kids' souls. And I'm just like, wow, I don't remember that part. Oh shit. They're gonna tell me to break down a Fraggle Rock is gonna drive me crazy, watch. Those who never seen Fraggle Rock, it was a bunch of Jim Henson puppets underground, and all they ate was icicles all day. Shit, that looked like haiku. Okay, man, we got a couple of people in there. There's a lot of ice going on out here, y'all. Now I heard the new drug now is fentanyl. This is a true story. I have a lot of good friends this year. Over 10 people passed away who thought they were doing the line of yay and they just dropped dead. Yeah. That's just crazy, right, y'all? Remember the good old days where you can do something and get what you needed from it, not die. That's a new slogan for this year. Just strictly just do organics like I do. I just do mushrooms and trees. You know? And I was at Home Depot the other day and I realized, shit, they don't got the star on top of the tree no more. Y'all notice that shit? What does the star represent, y'all? Somebody scream it.
The North Star.
See, they got you brainwashed too.
Star over Bethlehem.
Thank you. They trying to take out the main character, the reason for the season, y'all. This is some bullshit. So what I'm saying is, realize the drugs are drugs. Some of the love is fake. But how can you tell what's true? My mama always told me, you can tell the truth to somebody by looking in their eyes for 5 seconds into their soul. That's how you're gonna know. Stay gold, y'all. My name is Mr. Clyde.
Give it up, Mr. Clyde, ladies and gentlemen. We got 2 more quick acts for you, ladies and gentlemen. Last week's comic of the night coming to the stage. Keep it going for Mr. Eddie B.
Oh shit, man! None of the comics tonight walked half the room. Let's give it up for Christmas Miracles. Woo! That's awesome. Is everybody psyched about Christmas? I'm totally psyched about Christmas. Yes. We got a liver than MacGyver table over here. I'm telling you right now, Christmas on Maui, you could get. Let's give it up for all of us being here for Christmas on Maui.
Yeah.
Right? I could get a lump of coal on Maui for Christmas and I'd be like, hey, brah, I'm going to pay Pulehu this manini. Thanks, brother. Right? And you'd be stoked with a lump of coal on Maui. It's no problem. It's a no problem zone. It's a miracle. So I'm going to do a little something for you right now. That's how you wake up if you live in Makawao. That's a little bit of goat yoga. So I learned a new move in goat yoga. You have the downward dog, the upward dog, and then you have what up, dog? Right? Come back. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a K-pop shirt for Christmas. Our own illustrious Chino LaForge opened for Jiaoling Summers, and I might be biased, but I would say he had the set of the night. So give it up for that. He like beat out the headliner as far as I'm concerned. But again, I might be biased. But anyway, give it up for Willie Simon and his mustache.
Yeah.
Dude. I just feel like Willie is like his friends in Key Head are like, dude, nice stash, but do you work for the feds now? Like, I need to know. Like, you got the gold chain and the stash. I need to know what I can say and not say around you. So, I'm going to close it out with a quick little, if you're rifling through the trash, gonna recycle for some cash, that's a man bun. That's a man bun. If you're on the Carnival cruise and you're looking for the golden goose, that's a man bun. That's a man bun. If you're at Paia Bay watching the coconut sway, that's a man bun. That's a man bun. If you're at Mana Foods looking at the braless boobs, that's a man bun. That's a man bun. If you twirl it a certain way and put some raisins and some glaze, that's a cinnamon bun. Thanks, you guys.
Give it up, Ivy! All right. We got one more performer that's going to be bringing it home for you. I'm going to go ahead and elect the audience member tonight and the community tonight in just a second. But ladies and gentlemen, bringing you home, keep your hands going for Dove.
Thank you. I will actually be bringing you home. I've got my bus outside. And, as long as you don't move too far, the fare won't be too much.
I think I'm going to give it to him.
Try and run away.
He's newer and he has good. Yep.
I was washing my car this morning. I got so embarrassed that I wet my pants.
Anyone can.
Speaking of wetting pants, I don't know if you know, in Oahu they're building a affordable housing for seniors that have urinary incontinence problems. It's called the Homes at Leaky Teepee.
You almost won?
Cool. And I hope they hurry up because I can't hold mine anymore.
Yeah, you look, that's all I need.
Okay, what else we got going on?
The money helps, but I mean...
Do this one here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right. How many people here know what a sleep number is?
I do.
Sleep number? One guy. Sleep number is something they came up a while back so that, you know, two people that like, one likes harder mattress, the other likes it softer, that they can have their own way and sleep okay. Well, I figured out my sleep number is 69. Whenever I get 69, I sleep like a baby. Yeah. Anybody have a birthday today? No? Okay. If you ever need it and you're having a bad birthday, I've come up with a song for people that are having a bad birthday. It's in a minor key, of course. I can play it for you if you like. How many people would like to hear this? Wow. Sorry, I forgot it. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to have to move the mic closer to the guitar so you can hear the chords too, the minor chords. Crappy birthday, boo-hoo. Crappy birthday, boo-hoo. Crappy birthday, I'm so sad. Crappy birthday, boo-hoo. Thank you. And if you're having a crappy birthday party, you can hire me to play that song. I'll give you a good price. How much time I got?
1 minute.
1 second? I wrote this
Don't go anywhere.
really
You guys won this.
graphically
Wait 1 second.
sexual poem last night, and how many people would like to hear it?
Ow!
I mean, I'm serious. Well, really graphically sexual, and it may be funny. Well, it's sort of it rhymes. It's a poem. And I kind of committed it to memory, and I mostly have the whole thing. So anyway, I went out on last night. I went on a date, and it got a bit late. My girl couldn't wait, so I sucked her tit, and I licked her clit, and then when we had enough of it, I instructed her on my dick to sit, and holy shit, it was a really tight fit. Anyway, she rode, and finally she came on it, and then she sucked on it and swallowed it, and that's the truth, and I swear to it. I think that's my time, and so let's do one more hand for Callahan Welsh. Is he there? Oh, he's back in the room. He snuck in. And one more big hand for Chino, who has done this amazing thing.
Thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming tonight. We went way over time, so make sure you tip Maddie appropriately. Did you guys have a good time? If you had a good time, tell your friends. If you didn't, shut your fucking mouth. We don't need rumors. This table over here, in the corner by the Christmas tree, you guys are our Christmas present. Thank you so much. Audience members of the night. Appreciate you. It was going to be that horned up MILF behind you, but she couldn't last. She was ready to go. Brother heard that yell and he's like, come on, baby, we're going to get out of here. Comedian tonight, Ed the Dread, congratulations. Good job building the set, man. He noticed the leaps and bounds, bro. That's your money. You earned it. Congratulations. Don't say the power up never gave you nothing. All right, guys, have a great night. Get home safe. We appreciate you. We will be here next Monday for superlatives. That's right. We will be giving little awards to all of our comics for what they've done throughout the year. Be a part of that. Have fun. See you next time. We love you. Bye. End simulation. I almost forgot.
Thank you, Gino.